My dear children, I'm going to teach you the lesson fractions from the beginning. So today we are going to learn fractions. So I will teach you from the beginning. I think you might be in grade 5. You have learned how to write this fraction, that is 3/4. So the above number is known as the numerator and the below number is known as the denominator. That is how it starts. Then thereafter you should know what are unit fractions mean. Unit fractions mean where the numerator is 1, like 1/2, 1/5, 1/7. Thereafter you have to know what are proper fractions mean. Proper fractions mean the numerator is always less than its denominator. That is a proper fraction, like 4/7, 3/8, 1/4. Then improper fractions. The numerator is always greater than its denominator. If you do remember what are proper fractions mean, then easily you can remember improper fractions too, like 9/7, 13/11, 3/2. Then thereafter we have learned what are mixed numbers mean. A number consisting of an integer and a proper fraction, like 1/7, 2/9, 4 3/5. Okay, thereafter you have to know how to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers. So here in this video I have taught you from the beginning, so I would use this example as 9/7. The thing is, we have to divide 9 by 7 in here. Then when you divide 9 by 7, the answer will be 1. Then 1 times 7 is 7, then you have to subtract 9 minus 7, it will be 2. So this 1 is the whole number of the mixed numbers. Then 7 is the denominator. Denominator does not change. Then 2 is the numerator. That is how to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers. Then mixed numbers to improper fractions. That is very easy. 2/1/5, that is the example that I have taken in here. First of all, you have to multiply the denominator and the whole number. That means 5 times 2. As for the example, 5 times 2, then you will receive an answer as 10. Then that answer should be added to the numerator. Then it will be 10 plus 1, 11. 11/5 is the answer. These are the lessons that you were taught in smaller grades. So thereafter you have to know what are equivalent fractions mean. By multiplying or dividing both the numerator and the denominator of a fraction by the same whole number except 0, a fraction which is equivalent to the first fraction can be obtained. So let us take for an example 3/4. Then 3/4 I am going to multiply in here by 3. Numerator, I am going to multiply the numerator by 3, and I have to multiply the denominator also by 3. Then the answer will be 3 times 3 9, 4 times 3 12, 9/12. So I can take that 9/12 as an equivalent fraction for 3/4. There's another example, 72/81. This time I'm going to divide 72 and 81 both by number 9. So when I have divided that thing, 72 divided by 9 will be 8. 81 divided by 9 is 9. So I can say that 8/9 is an equivalent fraction for 72/81. So thereafter we are going to learn addition and subtraction of fractions. You might have learned these additions or subtraction by many methods, but in here I'm going to teach you a method that will be useful for you for any kind of addition or subtraction for fractions. So I have taken some complex example like this one. This is not complex because it has mixed numbers. Somehow some others say that is complex. So first of all, you have to make them as improper fractions. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 5 is 23. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11 over 4. Then 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1, it will be 16 over 3. Then thereafter I am going to take this 6, 4, 3, these denominators. I am going to find the LCM of those denominators. 6, 4, 3. I hope you remember how to find the LCM of any given numbers. 6, 4, 3, I am going to divide it by the smallest prime number, that is 2. Then when you divide 6 by 2, it will be 3. 4 by 2, it will be 2. 3 cannot be divided, so I have to write 3 as 3. Then thereafter, still we can divide a number in here by 2. So I have to divide it again by 2. Then 3 cannot be divided, so I have to write that 3. 2 is divided by 2, then it will be 1. 3 is not divisible, then we have to write 3. Then thereafter we can move on to number 3 for the next prime number. Then when you divide 3 by 3, it will be 1. 1 is 1, again 3 is 1. Likewise, then when you find the LCM, you have to multiply the numbers which you have used to divide those numbers, like 2 into 2 into 3. Then we have to multiply those numbers. Then you will receive the LCM of those denominators. This denominator is known as the common denominator in here. This LCM is known as the common denominator in here. I will tell you why do we use common denominator in here. Common denominator is taken to divide by other denominators. Common denominator is taken to divide by other denominator. That means we are going to write 12 in here and draw a line like this. Thereafter we are going to divide this 12, that means the common denominator, by each denominator which is above. Then the answer is multiplied by its respective numerator. I'll show you how. First denominator is 6, so you have to divide 12 by 6. 12 divided by 6, answer will be 2. Then that answer is multiplied with 23, it will be 46. Again we have to repeat the steps. 12, the next denominator is 4. Then 12 divided by 4 is 3. Then its respective numerator is 11. Then 3 times 11 is 33. Again repeat the process. Then 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 16 is 64. Thereafter you will have an easy answer like this. Then it will be 143 when you add those values. 143 over 12. Thereafter you can make it for a mixed number also, like 11 over 12. That is how to add. And you can use the same method to subtract also. I hope that it will be an easy method for you, because if there are many numbers like this, many fractions like this that you have to add. Okay, thereafter we can move for a subtraction. Then I have taken this example, 2 over 3 subtracted by 1 over 2. First of all, we are going to make these improper fractions. 3 times 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, minus 2 times 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 over 2. For the method which I have given to you, we have to find the LCM of 3 and 2, 2 and 3, like we did it before. 2 and 3 we are going to divide it by the smallest prime number 2. Then the answer will be 1, 3. Then after that again we can divide it by 3, then it will be 1 1 until you get the remainder as 1 and 1. So you have to divide that. Thereafter we can multiply 2 and 3 and we can have the LCM as 6. So this LCM is known as the common denominator now. So we can write it and write a long line like this. Thereafter we have to divide 6 by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Subtracted by, again we have to divide 6 by 2, that is the next denominator. It will be 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Then 16 minus 9 will be 7 over 6. That is how to get the answer. Again, thereafter we can make it as a mixed number also. Then we can move on to how to multiply fractions, multiplication of fractions, which is in grade 8. Here I have taken an example like this. As I did it before, we have to make these improper fractions. 10 times 3 is 30, 30 plus 3 is 33, 3 times 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 over 3, 7 times 4 is 28 plus 2 is 30. Thereafter, I'm going to write this again because I'm going to show how to cancel the things that we have to choose one numerator and denominator, and we can divide those by a number that we can guess that should be divisible by those two, like this. Okay, here first of all I choose these two. 3, I'm going to divide this 3 by 3, then the answer is 1. And after that I'm going to choose 33. 33 divided by 3 is 11. Here I have taken 33 and 3 and I have divided those two values to divide by 3. Then I got the answers like this, that is known as cancelling somewhat. Okay, thereafter I can take these two also, 7 and 7. 7 is 1, then again there's another one like this. Thereafter I'm going to take 10 and 30. We can cancel 10 and 30 by 10. Then 10 to 10 is 1, 30 to 10 is 3. So here are the remainings. Now we can write it like this. If you can do it by mind, no need to write this step. Then 11 times 3 is 33. That is how to get the multiplication. So if you are able to cancel the values, then do not skip that part because it will make a simple answer. Okay, let us move on to division of fractions. Here I have taken this example. 5 1 over 3 divided by 2 1 over 2. First of all, as I told you before, first of all we have to make these as improper fractions. 16 over 3 divided by 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 over 2. Thereafter, for the next step, we can write 16 over 3, that fraction, as usual. Thereafter we have to make this division mark as an multiplication mark. After that, we have to write the fraction which is on the right side of the division mark as change in the denominator and the numerator, that is known as the reciprocal, like this. 5 comes down and 2 goes up, that is known as the reciprocal. Then if there are any numbers that we can cancel them. So but in here there are no numbers to cancel, so we can multiply 16 into 2 as 32, 3 times 5 as 15, and we can make this improper fraction as a mixed number also. 2 over 15 as the answer. Okay, that's all for the whole fraction lesson. Thereafter I'm going to give you a question that we can practice this fraction lesson. But before I write the answers, it is better that you can write this question in a piece of paper or wherever you like and try to do it alone without my help. Then thereafter you can check your answer. Just pause this video and write the answer and check. Then you can play the video again and you can check the answers. You can check your answers. Here I have given you this example, and you should know there is a method called BODMAS that will be taught to you in grade 9. BODMAS, brackets of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. You have to follow those steps. Then you can have a correct answer. Here we have to do the bracket first. So as you can see, there is an addition, so we have to find out the LCM of 2 and 3 like we did it before. Then it will be 1 over 1 and 3. Again we have to divide by 3. Then it will be 1 and 1. So the LCM will be 2 into 3 is 6. So we can take it as the common denominator. Don't forget to do it inside the bracket until you get one fraction outside. 6 and a long line. Again you can follow the steps which I have taught to you right now. Then 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Again 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Then you can close the bracket and write that. So the answer will be 5 over 6, and you have to divide it by 5 over 3. Then as you learned before, 5 over 6 can be written like it was. Then you have to write a multiplication and write the reciprocal of that fraction. Then 5 to 5 can be cancelled. 3 to 6 also can be cancelled. So the final answer can be taken as 1 over 2. So if you did this question before watching the answer, that means you have done a past paper question 2003 O-level second part. I have given you the correct question number also. Here thereafter there is another question also. I will take it as the final question. In here you have to read the question properly. That means you have to read the question very carefully and you have to understand the question. And you should not be so hurry. A man wished to give his wife 1/2 of his land and divide the remaining portion equally among his 3 children. But due to an unexpected situation, he had to sell 1/4 of his land. The remaining land was divided as previously intended. So the first question they ask, after selling 1/4 of the land, what fraction of the land remains? That is very easy. You can raise 4 fingers and you can bend down 1 finger, then 3 fingers remaining. So for the first question, answer is 3 over 4. That is very easy. Then for the second question, they ask, what portion of the total land did his wife receive? Now that man has already sold the land. So first of all we have to find out the remaining of the land. That is, we have taken as 3 over 4. So in here we can write a small sentence to understand. His wife received 1/4, half of his land, half of. You have to read the question carefully and try to find out this word of. Half of the remaining portion now, 3 over 4. So when you cancel, if you have any numbers to cancel, then you can cancel. Otherwise you have to multiply these numbers. 1 times 3 as 3, 2 times 4 as 8. So this is the answer for the second question. For the third question, what portion of the total land did a child receive? As I told you before, it is better if you can pause the video and write all the answers. Then thereafter you can play the video again and check your answers. That is the best thing that you can do to practice fraction. In here, what portion of the total land did a child receive? Now don't be so hurry. You have to think first. What the man has done to the land right now. He has sold a portion and he has given a portion to wife. So first of all, we have to find out that sold portion and the portion that wife received. Here, sold, he has sold 1/4 of the land and wife received 3/8. Thereafter, we have to add these two to get that, to find out the remaining portion of the land, to divide it to 3 children. So here, as I taught you before, now you know how to find out the common denominator. Common denominator is 8. So we can divide 8 by 4. The answer will be 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Again, 8 is divided by 8. 1 times 3 is 3. So the answer is 5/8. But this is not the answer. Do not underline that thing, because we did find this to find out the remaining portion of the land. So the remaining portion is, if you raise 8 fingers and bend down 5 fingers, then 3 will be remaining, 3/8. So now you know the remaining part. So we can write a small sentence like this. A child received 3/8 should be divided into 3 parts, as there are 3 children. So now you know how to do the division now. 3/8 with a multiplication mark, and write the reciprocal of 3, as there was 1 as the denominator and it has not been written. We can make the reciprocal as 1/3. Now you can cancel 3 to 3. So the answer will be 1/8. That is the extent that a child received. So that is the answer. Thereafter, for the fourth question, if you can rewind the video and check that, if the difference between the extent of land that a child expected to receive before a portion was sold and the extent of land that he finally received is 12 hectares, find in hectares the extent of the total land. So here, first of all, we have to find out the land that a child expected to receive. A child expected to receive, as he previously decided, a man wished to give his wife 1/2 of his land and divide the remaining portion equally among his 3 children. So if he has given it half of the land, then another half is remaining. Then that half should be divided among 3 children. Half divided by 3, then half, you have to write the multiplication as I taught you previously, then 1/3 as the reciprocal. So then when you multiply, it will be 1/6. Numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator can be multiplied. 1/6. That is the portion that a child expected to receive. Here, this is not the answer yet. Now we can subtract. A child expected to receive 1/6. The child finally received as 1/8. So the biggest portion is 1/6, because the man decided first that thing before he sold the land. Then you can get the common denominator as 24. I have taught you that part. you have to find the LCM of 6 and 8. Then after you found the LCM, it will be 24. Then 24 divided by 6, 4, answer is 4, 4 times 1 is 4, minus 24 divided by 8 is 3, 3 times 1 is 3, then 4 minus 3 is 1 over 24. So this is the fraction of the difference that they say. The difference between the extent of land that a child expected to receive before a portion was sold and the extent of land that he finally received. So they have given that amount as 12 hectares. If you watch my previous videos, there is a lesson ratio, and I have given a method called unitary method. If you have followed the unitary method carefully, then you can easily write the answer for this final question. First of all, you have to draw 2 arrows and write a question mark and unit of it. In here they ask the answer in hectares, so we can write a question mark and hectares. Then for the next step, same unit to above, so that will be hectares, and the amount of it, here they have given the amount as 12 from the hectares on. Then there is no any number which has been mentioned as hectares, so 12 is there, so we can write 12 hectares. Thereafter, according to that method, if you watch that previous video, according to that method, you have to ask what is 12 hectares now, the relationship of it. 12 hectares means the answer that we have gained in here as 1 over 24. So the same unit to below, here the unit is a fraction, same unit to below means we have to write another fraction in here as the total land. So 24 parts are there, then 24 out of 24 is that amount. Then thereafter I have given you a machine, a simple machine, as top right divide by top left and multiplied by bottom left in that previous video. Then 12 divide by 1 over 24 into 24 over 24. Then you can do the simplification. 12 multiplication mark and the reciprocal multiplication, 24 24, you can cancel those 24 to 24. Then 12 times 24 is 288 hectares. That is the answer. So if you follow those steps, you will have been gain an easy answer. So if you were able to do this question by pausing this video before you watch the answers, that means you have done an ordinary level question which was in 2008 for the first part. Okay children, I hope that you understood a very big lesson in a very short period. I hope you gain a knowledge from this too. So I hope to meet you again with a very interesting lesson like this. So I want all of you.